Action. Oh, what up, man?
Hey,
what up, dude?
Cheers.
Cheers. There we go.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
Beers
Welcome
and
back,
bets.
boys. Welcome back.
Beers and Bets Week 14 preview.
Hey,
We're getting to crunch time of the NFL season
here.
here.
Man.
Yeah,
Old man.
yeah.
It could be a running play here. Oh, boy.
Oh,
Tony
Jim.
Romo on him.
Oh,
Jim. It could be a pass. Tony
All right.
Romo, for anyone that thinks we're fucking nuts. All right.
Quick intro. I got to vent for a second. I want to make all of our listeners aware if you're ever working for a company and they decide to relocate, move buildings from one to another, just quit. Get the fuck out of there as soon as you can. Because just get the hell out of there. Because it's a mess, man. I hate moving my own stuff that I don't have a lot of. When you move a company full of like equipment and machines, I mean, we even hired moving companies to do it all for us. They didn't do a good job. Even the stuff they were able to move, they fucked a lot of it up. We got workers with COVID. We got a worker with Crohn's disease that had to have surgery on his stomach. He's out. We got another dude that's just either calling in sick because he's fed up or he's sick. So we're shorthanded.
The walking wounded over there. Jesus.
We're trying to move like a city block's worth of equipment and shit from one place to another. And it's just a fucking mess.
Equipment and shit.
Yeah, it's so fucked up.
I think it's gotta depend though on the size of the company too. Because like when I moved, it was like not noticeable because they, corporate kind of just comes in, loads up everything into trucks, and you get all new shit, and they send your old stuff somewhere else.
I don't think that's what's going on.
Or they sell it, but for you, it's a little different, but
a little different.
Like the stress level is a little higher.
Yeah.
A little higher, yeah.
And you're in charge, Matt, so you're kind of like orchestrating what's going down there.
Yeah. I'm trying to pick and choose where everything goes. And inevitably I end up helping out with the moving because I'm the youngest person at my company and they put me in charge. So I'm like the rookie quarterback. I got to earn everybody in the locker room's respect. So I got to pitch in and do some of the heavy lifting too. Yeah. Or else they're just going to be like, look at this fucking rookie here. He ain't helping out at all. I got to get him behind me a little bit.
The guy that retired got out. He knew, dude. He was like, man, I'm getting out. I'm going to just kind of navigate this shit. I'm going to watch.
Yeah. He's going to go do church stuff. Which sounds a lot more relaxing. I mean, I'm not a religious person, but
but I guess,
yeah. Anyways,
just as much stress in that bullshit. So how about Monday night?
Anyway,
so how about Bills Pats? Baby. Yeah, how about Bills Pats?
Hey man,
that weather.
Y'all were wrong. Y'all were wrong.
Jimmy was right on his prediction.
Yep.
Thank you.
Mac Jones throws the ball 3 times. They get a win 14-10 in some bad weather. And I got to start off. My big takeaway is the game plan by the Bills just wasn't good. Like they bought too much into their shitty weather. We got to try to establish the run. They're not a team that's built to run the ball. Yeah. They don't have an offensive line that can run block. They got an offensive line that can pass block. Yeah. They would have been better off spreading them out. And if anybody's going to end up running the ball, it should be Josh Allen. He's he's a better runner than any of their running backs.
And he did it really well against Kansas City when they beat him on the road too, man. And he was their best running back.
I agree with the lack of game plan because when I was looking at it, it made like we all know kind of the talking points, but New England had more penalties, less sacks, same amount of turnovers, less first downs, worse third down efficiency, fewer plays and fewer yards, and they still win. And it was like the whole game they controlled it. It's just you could see the quality of the coaching too. And that's kind of where I'm piggybacking on game plan. It's just Bill knew exactly what he wanted to do. 46 rushes for 222 and a touchdown. It's like, and he had the balls to go out there, run his kicker out there and go 2 for 2.
Yeah. No, I think didn't Folk not miss one?
No, he was two. Yep.
Okay,
He
he
might have
made
missed
both
an
of
extra point, maybe, but I know
that might have been what it
Bass
was.
is the
Okay.
guy who missed.
I think he missed
one.
an extra point, and then yeah.
Well, no,
I
what it
could be wrong
was,
on that.
what it was
I could
is
be wrong.
the Pats scored the first touchdown on the 60-yard Damian Harris run, and they went for 2, and they got it. So they were up 8-0 early, and then they just tacked on a couple late field goals.
That's what threw me off was because
when they brought.
I thought when they didn't kick that, I was like, oh, they're not kicking all night tonight.
Yeah.
Like Bill's just going for it.
But that 2-point conversion was big because you start off a game like that you everybody knows is going to be pretty low scoring because of the weather.
Yeah,
and you get
8.
an early touchdown and get the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
The 8 just almost seems like a big number in that.
What was
type
the play
of
on the 2? Even I don't recall.
It was a handoff. I think it was a handoff to Bolden.
Okay, so they just,
if I'm not mistaken, it was
that's where
it might have been like a shotgun pitch to Bolden. He stepped in kind of close to the pylon on the corner.
I think Buffalo was just so shell shocked from that run.
Because
to know what you're seeing. Well, you saw it after with the interview with the safeties. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was like Poyer and
I heard they pouted. I didn't really even buy it.
And a reporter just asked, does your defense feel embarrassed after that performance? And they like scoffed at that notion, but it's like, you guys gave up 220 on the ground. Like,
yeah,
like that's a legit question.
You know what I mean? Like, but 220 on a good amount of carries. And if you take away the 60-yarder, they average like 3 yards a carry. Man.
But that's my point where I think at that moment they were shell shocked. They're like, they practiced all week probably to stop that run game, to give up that 64-yarder on kind of a simple stretch run that he cut one cut and go.
Defenses and teams have bounced back. The Bucs did it in 2002 against Philly. They had they had the big run off the kick return by Mitchell, and then they ran right through him. And Joe Buck even goes, I bet John Gruden can't believe what happened to his team right here. And it's like, and if you're saying they did bounce back, they bounced back, but just the fact that they knew what was coming and you can't stop it. And Bill's laughing on the sideline, dude. It was like, man, they had their number, dude. And for some reason, they're still in their head in Buffalo. And there's a weird thing going on in the NFL, in my opinion, right now. It's like, dude, there's 2 different games that are being played. It's like there's teams that run it real well like that. And then you got like the Chiefs when they're hot. And it's like, God, it's going to be interesting if they have a showdown on like a wild card round or something.
I'd take the Chiefs all day.
Exactly. And I can understand that because the game flow could go one way, but man, if it goes the other way and they're running the ball the way they can, like, dude, and then again, people sleep on the Patriots defense, and it's like they are one of the best.
Yep.
They got one of the best coordinators
in
the history of the game as their fucking coordinator still. So
we'll do a little history lesson to round out Monday night. Yeah. So the last time, Mac Jones had 3 attempts.
Yeah, that's what I
last time the team won and had less was 1974, and the Bills were still involved. Joe Namath went 2 of 18 for the Jets. He threw more completions to the Bills. He had 3 picks. And then some dude named Joe Ferguson went 0 for 2 for the Jets, threw 2 picks. The head coach is Lou Saban, who's like a second cousin, third cousin of Nick. Didn't let him throw again the whole time. OJ Simpson runs for like 121 on 37 carries, and the Bills win 16-12. It's just like
how did the Jets score those 12 points with that? With those numbers?
Maybe a fumble or something,
or maybe off of the picks that the Bills quarterback threw.
But the fact that like a Saban was involved too, I was like, God, that's so
that might be a fun watch if that game's laying around.
That's literally the same game plan that Belichick did. He literally stole that game plan from 74.
That's what he'll do, man. It doesn't matter. And
he is a historian.
Yeah,
Belichick is a historian.
People want to keep sleeping, and it's like, dude, go to bed, because it's like, dude, he's gonna keep winning games and keep winning big games. They've won some really big games this year, man.
The weather only helps him.
He's the evil genius, dude. He literally is like Lord Sidious of the NFL.
Those fucking emperor, dude. And again, I always in this podcast, I always reference, and if you've not watched it, again, you have to. It's Bill Belichick's Football Life. It's a 2-parter, and it's like a couple of maybe hour and a half long. Dude, he's going up to the ball in practice with a water bottle going. expecting rain on Sunday, just squirting the shit out of the ball and everything around it, dude. It'd be easier to handle here than it will on Sunday. You know, it's just like, dude,
that's
like,
true.
Man.
Dude, he prepares for everything.
Yeah. I've heard so many like crazy stories that like other people would never even like think of when they're game planning for a, NFL game. He told Julian Edelman when they're playing a team that's wearing white, Julian Edelman always wears red gloves. He told Julian Edelman, we're playing a team that they're going to wear white jerseys this Sunday. You got to wear white gloves because
you're holding them.
It'll disguise the holding.
You're holding them. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. And that's where cleats.
Nuts,
athletes.
And Julian Edelman didn't do it because he said
those little things matter, though. They
cleats
do
matter on the sideline.
Right.
Brad will bring that up a lot during a game. Be like, you
wear
wear
white
cleats. Dude, because that way
hard to tell.
you can't tell it apart, man. Or no, there
or vice versa.
Difference, right? Exactly.
But being aware to that minute detail,
man. And we've talked about it on here about where he'll look at where a coach is standing on the sideline when he's calling a play, and it's like, God, dude, that he's like, where's McVay at? And it's like, dude, it's 3rd and 5. Like you're, But that was a good tangent.
On to week 14.
Yeah, man, that was a hell of a Monday night. We had to reference that.
That was a throwback for sure. Throwback to 74. So
fuck. And the Patriots get a bye week after it. What a perfect win to get to go into a bye week.
And they're pretty healthy going into it.
Sprayed
relatively.
Dude, they're in a golden spot right now.
Yeah. I don't think they actually have it. I would love to see a Pats Bucks Super Bowl. I just don't think the Pats are going to get through the AFC. I think there's going to be a team that puts up 30 points, and I don't think their offense is built to get 30 points.
Depends on the matchups. You never know. If they get matched up with the right teams,
because if they're at home and they're playing Patrick Mahomes or whatever, whoever has to come up to New England and try to throw up there. I mean, Buffalo couldn't do it against them at home. And the bad weather, and that wasn't even in the playoffs yet, man. That was just shitty weather. So,
all right. Well, we will see. Let's get into our Week 14 picks here. We got 6 games. We're going to pick all of them Sunday. I think we got 3 noon games and 3. I think we got 3 noon games, 2 3:00 games, and the Sunday night football. First one, NFC East matchup that. After the Washington football team has now won 4 in a row, I believe.
Yes.
This has become they're killing it.
This has become a very 4 in a row. This has become like a very exciting matchup. Cowboys
are Dolphins of the fucking the Dolphins
of the NFC.
NFC.
Yeah, but they weren't quite as far back as the Dolphins. They didn't dig themselves the same size hole. But Washington football team is plus 4.5 at home. So the Cowboys are a decent sized favorite on the road. Over under at 48.
Don't throw up on us now.
Yeah. I was like, just take a deep breath. Don't rush.
I might fucking throw up.
I can read it out here. We're okay.
It'll happen on a podcast eventually. We should take bets on that. Which one of us 3 will barf during the recording?
One of you 2 for sure.
The heavy favorite has
now to knock over their sound stage. That might be.
Are you kidding me? The sound
Jimmy's minus 500.
I'm minus 500 on that one, dude. There's been points already, man. Yeah, definitely.
So I'll get into my pick first. I'm going to go Washington football team plus 4.5. It kind of feels like a field goal game to me. I don't see the Cowboys pulling away with this one, especially in Washington. The Cowboys can kind of afford to lose this one and win their home game against the Washington football team and still take care of the division. So I think at home, the Washington football team is desperate to pull this one out. They may not win it, but they keep it within 4.5. I'll take that side.
Yeah, I like that pick too.
Yeah, Jimmy, how about you?
I mean, we can, because I'll roll with that one too. I also, we'll get back to this game later. I have them as something else later, but yeah. I'm going to go with 4.5 just because I'll take the points in this situation, but I like the money line in this one a lot. I think the Washington could win. I think they might. I think they do win this game actually, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to take the money line, but they are going to be my dog of the week.
That's your dog of the week. I was just asking if that was a dog of the week teaser.
They are, man. So they're playing good. I think they can run the ball. I think going into Washington this time of year, that weather gets nasty there, man. And the way the Washington's playing right now, they're running the ball good.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a physical fucking game. I like the under in this game as well. It's 48 over under. And I think the under it's going to be tight, man. But the under, I think the weather's going to be shitty.
Well,
I haven't
Brad might have something to say about the under.
Probably, yeah.
That was actually
I'll stick with Washington plus 4.5.
That was my backup bet, but no, I'm going Dallas 4.5.
Okay.
I know Washington's been on a heater, but you look at they were already without Chase Young. Now Montez Sweat's out. So if you take those two guys out, this Redskins Washington football team, whatever, 18.5 sacks through 12 games. That's pitiful as a pass rush. And with all the Dallas receivers healthy now, I mean, you look at Washington, they're a strong team against the run, but they cannot cover running backs and slot receivers at all. I mean, just last week, the Raiders, Renfro went for 9 and 102, and Jacobs had another. I don't know.
Yeah, Jacobs receiving. What did he do?
Jacobs, he had 9 for 38. You look at the week before that, Lockett cooked him for 3 and 96. And the week before, DJ Moore and CMC each had like 6 catches and 60 yards and a touchdown. So there's a clear gaping hole in that defense. And I think CeeDee Lamb is just going to fucking cook. He probably has 150 and a touchdown.
Yeah, I got him. I got CeeDee Lamb for something later on when we get into the fantasy and first red zone touchdown.
We might have something all in that one.
Yeah.
Based on matchups. I mean, you never know with touchdowns, but I bet 150 yards this week.
Okay. 150 for CD. Bold prediction. All right, that's enough on that one. Brad, I'm going to stay with you on this one because next we're going Ravens plus 2.5 at Browns. Low over under at 42.5. What do you got? What do you think about the Ravens going into Cleveland?
Yeah, I'm gonna be boring. I'm taking the Ravens and the points.
Okay.
And to just not be a homer about it, it's just Baltimore is weak in a lot of spots. They just match up well against Cleveland at the moment. Baltimore last 4 games, they're 4-0 straight up and against the spread. Last time they played, they lost 16-10. And I mean, that was when they had Chubb and Hunt too. So there's no real complaint. Baker was just unimpressive. I don't see much changing.
He always is.
It's gonna. I mean, I like the under as well in this game, but
fucking douche.
Yeah, it'll be a slog fest that I think the Ravens win.
Oh, Jimmy, are you still on the Browns kind of bandwagon? You still hanging on for dear life there?
They're a good football team.
They're not out of it.
They really run the ball well. They do shit well. I've never on here said Baker is fucking Peyton or anything, but and this one I do have the Ravens and I have them on the money line. I just think the Ravens win this.
Okay.
game. There's not much I can go in because the one thing is that's scary for the Ravens is the way that the fucking Browns can run the ball. So if Chubb and if they're getting Hunt back healthy and shit, if he can run the ball in between the tackles and like they got burned.
That's kind of the strength of the Baltimore defense, though.
It is.
The
best way to beat Baltimore, especially right now, is to spread them out, get as many receivers out there as you can because their secondary is so limited right now.
Yeah, for the year,
and
painful.
The Browns don't want to do that,
No, they don't have the athletes to
really.
Do that. What they do have is to run on you, and
right. That's what I mean. Just I don't think the Ravens are a very good team, but it just is a good matchup for them. I think.
Yeah, I think if Stefanski plays this game plan right, it would be a lot of Kareem Hunt this game, and not even Kareem Hunt in the backfield, but spread Kareem Hunt out wide in the slot.
That's a good
out
point.
wide in general.
Yeah.
This
That's
game.
really
opposite Jarvis or with Jarvis.
Yeah, or like just like underneath him and kind of just draw on maybe a line, whoever like off the.
Well, I guess that's a question too. Is hopefully Jarvis plays. I don't think he's practiced yet this week.
Yeah,
but
he seems to always find a way though.
He's a tough
Matt,
dude.
you can give the shit to Baker all you want. He's no good, but it's like, man, he needs some fucking weapons, dude.
Yeah.
And I get he had Odell,
Yeah.
but that's fair. He had Odell.
Yeah, when
I'm
Baltimore has better receivers than you do,
right,
you're in a pretty
man.
shitty
Yeah.
spot.
Like a better, like with a tight end and a receiver. Yeah, they have a better duo. Yeah.
I will say with Baker,
if you took fucking the running backs from the Browns and threw them on Baltimore, oh fuck, dude.
That's a Super Bowl winner right there.
Can we get their corners too?
Yeah, exactly. No, just you take the running backs, you should be all right, man.
We'd be all right.
Fucking, can you imagine what Jarvis able to throw to? Like the plays they could fuck. Oh,
it'd be fun.
I will say with Baker, say like 5 AFC quarterbacks bow out of the Pro Bowl because they're in the playoffs or hurt. Baker might make the Pro Bowl if like 5 or 7 other quarterbacks.
I think he has
in
like
the
12
AFC,
touchdowns on the year.
If Carson Wentz
Yeah.
doesn't want to go, he's
Carson Wentz isn't available.
I think Trevor Lawrence might make it before Baker at this point, based on their numbers.
Yeah,
it's that bad.
It's not. Yeah,
I actually like the rest of the Browns except for Baker. That's what pisses me off.
He's a good.
He cares, exactly what they need.
He's like Heineke. I'll compare. I mean, and that's a fucking.
I'd take Heineke over him.
Okay, but that's who I'll put him with because now he doesn't even get the respect of being a guy. He hasn't won. He won a playoff game. I'll give him that. That's big. People, whatever. That is.
So did Tim Tebow. Look at where Tim Tebow's at now. It's on the fucking Mets. All right.
No, he's not. He's an analyst.
Yeah, he's an analyst. I mean,
he tried to be a tight end for the Jags.
He's always at Mets spring training. He'll be back at Mets spring training in fucking March.
He was in training camp with the Jags trying to be a tight end.
Yeah. What game are we on to? You
yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
We don't want to talk about Tim Tebow.
We're on to Kansas City actually. Raiders at Chiefs. Chiefs are 9.5-point favorites. Over under at 48. Vegas has finally caught on and kept the over under down for these Chiefs games. This is like the first time I remember seeing one under 50.
Under 50, yeah. I agree with that.
So I'm here in Kansas City. I'll start us off with this one. I'll go Chiefs minus 9.5. Waller is still not practicing. I just don't see how the Raiders hang in there, and the Raiders just don't have the type of defense that's going to like keep the Chiefs in check like the Packers did weeks ago, like other teams have done this season. I think this is a game that could get away from the Raiders. As much as I'd like to see it go the other way, I think the Chiefs kind of glide through this one pretty easy. Be hard pressed to tell me otherwise. Jimmy, go ahead. I know you can't back the Chiefs.
Our resident Chief hater.
War Dog, go for it.
I'm taking my first under of the night. I just and really it's more just the way Kansas City's been playing lately. They really have kind of shown a dedication to the run game. They've ran it 26 times last week and 24 the week before, holding opponents to 9 points in each of those games. They haven't let up more than 20 points since week 7 with Tennessee, which was when they still had Henry. So I think it's going to be just the Chiefs kind of keep the ball.
Yeah.
Play a little time possession.
Because the Raiders right now are just not that tough to like game plan for and figure out,
There's nothing scary about it.
I don't see the Raiders having a good offensive
If Waller
day.
doesn't suit up again, we've kind of seen how it goes there. Renfro's going to have like 10 catches for 80 yards, and Jacob will have a good fantasy day, but it's not winning football.
Yeah. Jimmy, is that enough time for you?
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah. I had Chiefs Chargers on the 6th.
Oh, there was on the Bovada list. I know what you're saying. I saw that game listed too. I would much rather watch that this weekend than Chiefs Raiders, honestly.
But I like the over in it. So I'm going to go against what Brad said.
Opposite of Brad, you're over 48.
I like the over. I think the Chiefs can put up 34 by themselves, and then it's up to them to get 4 or 10.
The Raiders get 14, 17 points. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get one more in this.
They did beat them 41-14 last time. So
yeah, I know. They smoked them, man. And now it's at Arrowhead, and I think the Chiefs are.
Yeah. Let's get one more game in because this isn't one we have to spend a ton of time on. It's 49ers at Bengals. Bengals at home are 1.5-point dogs to the 49ers, which was strange to me, but it's got to be the Burrow finger issue. He's going to play, but how well is he going to be able to do? Is he going to make it through the whole game? I hope so. He is he's not one that's going to like take himself out of
stretching his finger out,
Yeah.
dude. That was dope, man. I mean, that was cool.
So I actually, partly because the Burrow thing and partially because I like the Bengals defense a lot this year, I'm gonna pull a Brad here and go under 48.5. I like the under in this.
Wow. Even I didn't have that on my fucking
You don't
radar.
have that? So Brad, let's see what you got. You back in the Bengals or the Niners here? I know both of us have kind of been on the Niners all year.
I'm going the Bengals. To me, this is kind of really similar matchup to the Ravens Browns, where it's just Cincinnati, they're better run D, crappy pass defense, but that matches up well against the Niners. Elijah Mitchell's still in concussion protocol. Debo's probably not playing. And your over bet, though, since he's covered the over in 4 of their last 5, San Fran 3 out of 5. So
trend's got to end.
So
trend's got to end at some point.
And my other little
that's the way to turn it.
My other little random stat, just because I see you decked.
No reason.
Yeah, exactly.
I see you
It's got to change
in
some
Bucks
point.
gear over here. I was looking up just because I was like, man, since he has to have the best receiving trio in the league, and they have 3 guys with 50+ receptions. The only other team in the league with that is the Bucks, and it's Godwin, Evans, and Fournette. Who would have guessed
Fournette's
that?
got 50 catches.
Dude, yeah.
He's better one-handed catches than he is at a normal.
But it's just I do think with Josh Norman starting at outside corner since he feasts.
he has the most forced fumbles in the league.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
I thought about that for a trivia question. I was like,
I saw it. I wish. God damn it! Why didn't you do it?
You're doing the wrong research. You're doing the wrong research, man.
I would have had one right.
You got the answers to the test.
Yeah, I got the answers to the test. Now I got to find out who knows the offense.
So
got to find out who knows it.
Yeah. So we got 3 minutes left. The next game on our list is Bills at Buccaneers, and I don't want to rush through that one. I don't want to rush through that one, man. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back.
Bears, Packers.
We got Bills at Buccaneers next, and then we got our locks of the week, dogs of the week, some fantasy football stuff, and then we'll talk a little bit of Thursday night football. All right.
Right on. Grab a beer.
Hell yeah.
Do it.
Tell us your best Christmas movie.
Yeah, Christmas movies. We need recommendations.
We do need Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Leave a comment.
That's the biggest thing we need in the comments is any Christmas movie you want to throw out there. We're going to be doing a big Christmas movie draft a week from today, actually. We're going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just need recommendations,
Yep.
If you leave it to us 3, some really good ones are going to
Kwanzaa holiday movies.
Yeah.
We're not going to watch
We don't need to
restrict
it to just Catholics.
We're not going to watch any of the ones that aren't related to Christmas. But
okay. All right. Well, we'll be right back, y'all.